Greetings, friends. It's Josh,
And I'm Ryan.
and we are here on the Dead
Dead
Dads.
Dads.
The Dead Tired Dads podcast.
A podcast for gamers who don't have time to game.
That's right. And so you are here to listen to us and hear what we have to say. So you listen up right now,
That's right.
because we've got important things to tell you.
Very important.
How's your week, Ryan?
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. I've got a game that I'm looking forward to talking about.
Awesome.
Yeah, but I'm going to jump ahead too soon.
Right.
How about you?
It's been good so far. So I've got a 7-month-old, right? 7 month as of right now. As of the recording of this podcast, he's 7 months old. By the time it gets released, he'll be 8. But not 8 months old, not 8 years old. We're not going to hold off that long.
It's going to take us so long to edit this that he will be 8 years old.
But no, so when my daughter was young, like, she sat around for like months. She didn't move. Like, she did not start crawling until she was 11 months old.
Oh, so she was very stationary.
Like, she was a very stationary baby.
Yeah.
And she lived, like, it was very nice. I realize that now, because at 8 months old or 7 months old, the kid is like standing, like pulling himself up and like crawling around, and like, I swear, like, probably by the time this gets released, he will be walking.
He will be walking.
He will be walking, and that is just absolutely terrifying. So like with my daughter, we didn't have to baby-proof anything, because by that point it was like we could tell her no and she would listen. She knew what it meant, and like it was like, okay, like, I'm gonna get into something else. Like, but like with our son, it's just like, nope, he's just off, and like he's trying to like, it's terrifying.
I remember the my friend.
Terrifying is what it is.
It is. That's rough.
Yeah, no, I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. I want him to just sit.
Be still.
Oh boy. I guess that's part of what life is, though.
That's true.
Kids are different. Kids grow up. It's sad. Whatever.
That's true.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
You're crying. Is that sawdust in my eye?
Here, let me help you with that.
If he wasn't doing that, though, you wouldn't be a dead, tired dad.
It's
Josh.
true. It's true. Very true. I wouldn't get sleep.
You would be a well-rested adult.
I don't think that those exist.
Is that a thing? I would like to meet one of those.
I feel like if you're not dealing with kids, you're like doing other stuff to like keep yourself up and be irresponsible.
Adulting is hard.
Cleaning the house, and going out with your buddies and drinking, and doing whatever else you do. Like, I don't know, what do people who aren't
what do non-parents do?
Right.
What do non-parent adults do?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Probably like sleep and eat whenever they want to. Wonder what that's like.
I guess we would go to movies a lot. Like, we went to a lot of movies before kids. Like, we would at least once a week. We were out at the movies.
Nice.
So that was fun.
Nice.
We don't do that anymore. We don't go to movies at all.
Ever.
Unless the grandparents are in town. So.
Yeah. That's true. Living away from the grandparents is like no free babysitting.
It really makes it hard. Like,
it does.
I know people like in the area where we live who like they've got family, like all of their family is here, or they've got a lot of family around, and it's just like, oh yeah, we just took the kids to Nana's for the night, and it's like, wait, you just like got rid of your kids for a whole night? Like, wait a second, what is this sorcery?
I know, it's so unfair. Like, when you hear, I have friends that do that too. It's like, wait a minute, I'm doing this all wrong.
It's a lot harder when people are 10 hours away.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
So, anyway,
we digress.
We do digress, which is okay.
Yeah.
Digression is all right. I'm okay. I'm okay with digression. It's important to talk about other things.
Yeah, that's true.
So, we are here to talk about some video games. Why don't we talk about some video games?
That's a good idea.
Ryan.
Josh.
Do you want to go or do you want me to go?
I'll go first this time.
All right.
So, I played a game called Don't Starve.
Don't starve.
Generally good life advice. Don't starve.
Is this for small children or?
Yes, all humans.
Okay.
No, I played a game called Don't Starve. I played it on PS4, but it's also on Nintendo, Xbox, and PC.
Okay.
Just little spoiler. It's actually good enough that I kind of want to break my own rule and buy it on Nintendo Switch, even though I already have it on PS4.
Okay.
I don't like double dipping, but occasionally I will, and so I kind of want to. Just because I think it would be like a perfect mobile game
and good to take with you.
Yeah. It's just a survival game, which the whole premise is survive, don't starve. Makes sense. The time investment on this game is very interesting. It can be as much as you want or as little as you want. So the premise is you're a character named Winston, and you just wake up in the middle of nowhere. You have no idea where you are.
Winston.
And you just have to survive. And so you just go around gathering random things like twigs and wheat, and then you can start crafting like fishing poles and clothes and various things so that you can survive different weather and, hunt and gather food, stuff like that.
So you're on an island?
I don't even know if I can answer that question, honestly, because the map is random each time.
Okay.
I have run into the ends of maps before, but I don't know where the other end stops. So, I don't know if it's an island or not. But I have seen water, I guess, if you want to put it that way.
Well, I'm just stuck on this name Winston. I have this quote going through my head about defending our island,
I see. I see where you're going with this.
I'm sorry.
So, yeah, you have to manage in this game 3 things. Your hunger, your sanity, and your fatigue, your sleepiness.
Okay.
So, you're trying to manage those 3 things. So, as one goes down, the other can go down. So, if you're hungry, you will lose your sanity faster, that type of thing.
Gotcha.
Excuse me, I said manage your fatigue. I'm mixing up games. It's not your fatigue, but your overall health. So, you have your hunger, your sanity, and your overall health. Because there are monsters on this game that will attack you, so you can lose health.
Eating.
So, yeah.
So the monsters don't want to starve either.
No, they do not. And they are very happy to use you to not starve on this game. So, each game, so you just wake up, and in the upper right corner of your screen, you'll see a what looks like a clock, and it's the timer for that day. So, you need to have a base of some kind where you have fire. Because if it's completely dark, you'll lose your sanity very quickly. Okay. So, part of the game strategy is as you see night approaching, you either create a base, create a fire, or if you're like me, I always early on try to pick a spot that's going to be my permanent base. So I always make my way back
to get back there before nightfall.
Yeah. So each new morning when the sun comes up on the game, it auto-saves. So during the winter on the game, the days are really, really short, maybe 10 minutes. So you could play a full day on this game in somewhere between 10 and 20 minutes. So time-wise, it's not super intense. You could play this before bed at night and not have to get too in-depth. The flip side of that is I don't think the game ever truly ends. I've read forums, and there's people that are on day, because it tells you what day you're on up in the upper right corner. And I've read forums where people are like, I'm on day 1200, I'm on day 5000. which gets me mad because I'm like, I can't get past day 30, but whatever.
So it doesn't get to $9.99 and just you don't just get stuck there.
No, it just keeps going. So
some older games.
Yeah. So I don't know how to quantify the time investment because you can play for short bursts, but there's no end. And there's not really a story other than survival. Whenever you do die on this game, the game ends and you are forced to start over, but however long you lived gives you so much experience points. And then you can use that to unlock other characters who have special skills. Like there's one character who can start fire with her hands. So you never have to worry about fire. So
just snaps her fingers and burns the whole island.
Yes, pretty much. Actually, I was using her one time in the forest, and I literally set the whole forest ablaze. It was bad because I needed those for other resources. But yeah, that's a different story. Kind of a funny thing. So definitely worth the cost because it has high replay value. And it's fun. I think back a couple episodes ago to you talking about Phasmophobia and how it can be fun without needing a super in-depth story.
Right.
This game doesn't have much of a story, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Overall, family friendly. There are some creatures and monsters that can be a little creepy looking, scary to some. It's not quite 2D, but it's basically 2D. And they're cartoons, so it's not realistic scary, but there are some things that are a little creepy, as you lose sanity at night, these long gangly arms start reaching out to try to grab you.
Okay.
And they're just shadows, but they actually can physically hurt you. So
yeah.
So there's a small creep factor there.
Sure.
My son has not been bothered by it yet, but I can definitely see how it would creep some people out.
Sure.
Particularly the little ones that are watching. No foul language, no nudity, a little bit of violence, but there's it's super cartoonish. Like I said, think Mario jumping on a Goomba's head. You know what you're doing, but it's not violent.
Sure, it's not. Tell that to the Goombas.
Tell the Goomba it's not violent.
Someone, Nintendo should really jump on that and make the game from the Goombas
from their perspective.
From the Goombas' perspective, and be
that would be funny.
That plumber. Sorry.
Those maniac plumbers running around squashing people,
and his princess and little.
Just trying to do
toad.
My job.
Just walking here.
So I think that's really all I can say. I would recommend this game. I don't know what it costs, but it can't be that expensive.
Sure.
Actually, the way I discovered this game was when I bought my PS4, which I bought it just a couple months after release. It was the free PS Plus game that month, so I just got it for free.
Yeah.
So I can't speak to the cost value, but it can't be that expensive because it's $20 on Switch.
Right.
It's a fun game. A lot of replay value. Like I said, it almost requires multiple playthroughs so that you can unlock the different characters. I would recommend this game for busy parents. It's something that you can just pick up and play, and as long as there's a lot of crafting, but the game literally tells you how to craft things. You don't have to remember the ingredients or whatever. Nice. So it doesn't require a lot of remembering things over a long period of time, which leads us to your game.
Yeah.
Josh.
Well, I was going to say, before we jump into that, I was going to say, those survival games like that can be a lot of fun, but they can also be very, very dangerous from the time perspective if you're not disciplined with them. I know
that's true.
I know that from experience with another survival game that I might cover in a later episode. Ooh. But so anyway, my game this week, I'm pulling out a heavy hitter here.
Oh, here we go.
So, Kingdom Hearts 3.
Boom! Name drop.
So, I'm not a huge fan of RPGs. I may or may not have mentioned that in the first episode. I don't think I did.
I don't think you did. I think we
talked about it afterwards.
After.
But I really RPGs just in general, I'm not a huge fan of, and we also talked about maybe we'll do an episode on why Josh hates RPGs.
We should. You're gonna get a lot of hate mail.
I am, and so Kingdom Hearts 3. I've played through the first Kingdom Hearts when I was in high school.
Yeah.
I actually thought it was a lot of fun. I thought it was a cool game. With some interesting concepts, even though I didn't know all of the Final Fantasy characters, obviously. I knew the Disney characters, and so it's a fun game. And so then I bought Kingdom Hearts 2, and I never beat it, because you started off as Roxas, and I was just like, I don't know who this character is, I don't care.
What is happening?
And then so I never beat it. And then Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, and I saw some gameplay of it on YouTube, and I was like, hey, I should pick that up. And so through my job, I actually earn like points and stuff like that for certain things. So I can order and I can use those points to order stuff. So I actually ended up buying, I used those points and got Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 and a whole bunch of all of the Kingdom Hearts games on one thing, and then Kingdom Hearts 3 using those points. So I didn't pay anything for it.
So neither of us paid for our games.
Which is funny.
That's awesome.
It's awesome. Yeah, so free games are great games.
Those are the best kind of games.
But anyway, so I played through I played through Kingdom Hearts 1, and I was like, oh yes, I remember this game, this is fun, and I was able to get through it, and and then I played through Kingdom Hearts 2, and I was like, okay, I can manage, I get it now.
Yeah.
And then I got to Kingdom Hearts 3. And, it's still kind of a similar thing as far as the gameplay is concerned. They did a lot of updates. They made it really sleek and really, there's a lot of really cool stuff in the game. And as I'm playing through, though, I got to be honest, I haven't beaten Kingdom Hearts 3.
Okay.
And part of the thing is, I don't remember what I'm doing whenever I turn it back on.
What was I doing?
So, obviously I know I'm going to different places. I've got different places I've got to go and, defeat the darkness or whatever. But in general, I'm just and if you've looked into the Kingdom Hearts franchise at all, this is, obvious, but it's so convoluted. The entire story is completely convoluted. So the gameplay is fun. The graphics are fun. It's a fun looking game. But as far as the time, the time required, this is a game that you probably have to play if you don't sit down and play it, every day and play it straight through, you're gonna get lost in what the story is.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is there are so many factors in it that there's so many different things that you can do with your character, and so many different things that you can do when you're if you remember you get in your gummy ship and you fly to different places.
Yep.
They made that a lot more complicated in this.
Oh.
It's more open world,
which seems unnecessary.
Right. It could be fun, but again, if you're not playing it all the time until you beat it, I just I don't know how I'm supposed to, and maybe this just makes me a bad gamer. I don't know, but I've tried to go back and get back into it multiple times. Mm-hmm. I don't want to restart. I have no interest in going back to the beginning of this game. So yeah, if you're a fan of Kingdom Hearts, really, really love Kingdom Hearts, I'm sure it's a great game. For me, I just...
Not so much.
Not so much. And I can't say... I got it for free, which I'm very grateful for at this point. So, but I can't say that, it would be worth $60.
Yeah.
For me, I just don't see it. Now... Again, take that with whatever grain of salt that you want. I don't like RPGs, and so there's that. But yeah, I feel it's just really overly convoluted and overly complicated to figure out what you're doing and to remember what controls do what.
Yeah.
you can like run up walls and do like these spinny things, and it's just like I don't remember how to do that.
That would be really cool if I remembered how to do it.
Right. Like I know I can. I just don't remember like what button to push to do it. And I push all the buttons, nothing happens. I'm just like, forget it. I'm done. Moving on. Like.
So if you're a dead tired dad or a dead tired mom with little time, this game's not for you.
It's not for you. It's really not, because it is a time investment. Now, family friendly, obviously. Yep. Like it's Disney.
Got
like,
the Disney appeal.
So like, it's something you could easily, convince your kids to like watch you play.
Yeah. Which
is what I did with the first two. When I was playing through the first two, my daughter was like, "Hey, let's watch Sora." Okay, yeah. I'm happy to do that. But I can't, like, even with that factor for me, like even with like the ability to play it with my kid, it's not enough for me to be like draw me in and, hey, I'm gonna play this game. So
yeah,
I wouldn't recommend it.
That's fair.
So
that is fair.
Yeah. So I guess that's our first negative review.
That's our first no.
So again, maybe for you it's a yes, but for this dead tired dad,
not so much.
Not really. Okay. So yeah.
All right. You know what?
What?
I have that same like collection that you mentioned. I think you have it on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah. And it's like 5 or 6 games all on one disc or something like that. I have that sitting at home. I kind of want to play it now. I'm doing the exact opposite of what you're sitting here telling me to do.
Well, look, no, like I said, the first two, I get, like, they're enjoyable games. And maybe it's the nostalgia thing. I don't know. Like, it's enjoyable enough for someone, and that's coming from someone who, like I said, I really don't like RPGs. Like, really don't like them.
That has to be a future episode. It has to be.
We'll get in. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll totally do it. Maybe it'll be the next one. Who knows? So yeah, like I kind of like the first two Kingdom Hearts. So by all means, go play the first two Kingdom Hearts. If you're gonna play Kingdom Hearts, you might as well play the first two and just skip the third one. Not like you can. It's really not like you can follow the story anyway. Like, let's be honest.
Just admit.
Like, you can't. No, I don't care. Like, no one knows what's happening in that storyline.
I also have 3, but I've never even opened it.
But
it's still in the package.
Well, the other thing is with that collection, with like all 6 games, all the different things. Like, I tried playing some of the other ones on there, and I was like, I got into one of I don't have a clue which one it was, but I got into one of them, and I was just like, this is just aggravating. Like, I'm not, like, I thought I was gonna like sit down and like play through like the entire story and try to like, and it's like, no, this is not worth it.
As a matter of fact, I'm not gonna do that.
I'm not doing that. So when it comes down to it, you know what? I wouldn't recommend the package deal either, except that it's the only way to get 1 and 2 on a modern console. So there's
that's
too.
True.
Like, so,
that's true.
And I got it for free, so
even better.
Maybe you can too. So
there you go.
Anything else for the good of the whole?
I don't think so.
Well, so that's gonna do it, I guess, for this episode.
Episode 3 in the books.
Yeah, episode 3 or 4. I guess
technically 4 because we did the
intro.
Number
episode.
1 is us introducing ourselves.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. We'll run with 3 then. So we're starting with episode 0 then?
Uh-oh. We're getting into the math portion.
No! I was promised there would be no math. Okay. Thanks for listening. If you like this podcast, if you've enjoyed anything that we've said, give us a review. If you didn't like something that we said, give us a 5-star review anyway.
Do it anyway.
Because
why not?
What else are you doing with your time?
Yeah, why not?
I mean,
come on.
It's not like it's, that difficult to just be nice, right?
Yeah, just click those 5 stars.
And, say what you want to in the comments. And, yeah. Okay, I'm going to shut up now. Thanks for listening. We really appreciate it. And if you...
see you next week.
Yeah. Bye.